Second Esdras, chapter 8 and 4. So answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashai, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashai, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashai, call HALALYAM La, AHBANAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Right, double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone, rule well, teach well, sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Rest of the Lord, from the two men, women, and children. Let the Lord will have mercy on these last days. It's your brother HAQADASH coming back with a quick hit through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI. Just a quick exhortation. All right. We must be devoured with this gift of wisdom, man. With this gift of wisdom. All right, because wisdom is a gift. Wisdom is a gift, man. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 8, it says it's dealing with wisdom. Wisdom Solomon 8 and 20, yet rather being good, I came into a body undefiled. Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, that her is talking about wisdom, man. You go to verse 1, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1, wisdom reacheth from one end to another, mightily and sweetly doeth she order all things. You see? So, and that wisdom, this wisdom, we must learn to be devoured. We must devour this wisdom, man. Okay? This gift that the Father has blessed certain individuals with. Okay? If someone hands you a gift, all right, from the bottom of their heart, you cherish that gift. Okay? It has a different value on it, a meaning on it, which is why I've been in sales for the majority of my life. And one thing in sales is that when you, in order to really flourish in sales, okay, you have to resonate with the customer. You have to care, So therefore you get positive feedbacks, positive ratings, because I care about the gift that I'm giving the customer. So the Father cares about the gift, which is Sophia, which is wisdom. Okay, this loving spirit, all right, that nourishes, okay, from a babe unto a grown man. Okay, this wisdom that embodies the mind of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. He's given this gift in the form of a spirit, in the form of a thought, okay? And it manifests itself into the physical through the vessels that we dwell in, man. This gift called wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 21. Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, right? Because you can't just go out and buy wisdom, right? You can't go out there and try to dig up wisdom, right? That's why you have people that read the scriptures and can't understand them, because it's given from on high. Except, it says, nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except the Most High gave her me. See, except YAHAWAH, YAHWASHI gave her me, is only when and only how I can understand the things that I'm reading. Okay? How can I, except some man should guide me? And that man that guides me has to be spiritually rooted in YAHAWAH, YAHWASHI in order to obtain the love and the mysteries that YAHAWAH, YAHWASHI has coded in the form of a book. It says, and that was a point of wisdom also to know whose gift she was. You see, in this gift is wisdom. I prayed unto the Lord and besought him, and with my whole heart said, right, and he went to go pray. So going back to 2 Esdras 8 and 4. So answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. So we must devour wisdom. We must embody, okay, this little book. We must embody the spirit that the Father has gifted us with. When you go to, let's type this in, ravished. All right. Proverbs 5 and 19. Let her be as the loving hen in pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times. Not sometimes, all times. You go to Joshua 1. It tell you I meditate on these, meditate on the scriptures day in and day out. You go to Sirach, okay, 39 and 1, right? Meditated on the prophecies, okay? We meditate on the prophecies, okay? And which we only can get the prophecies out of the Holy Scriptures. We meditate on His Word. We meditate on this gift, this wisdom of the breakdowns that the Lord has given us through our apostles and our elders and great millstone. Holy men, righteous men after the Most High's heart, man. You see? Things done in order. He has given these things as a gift or in the form of a gift. And he's loosened the seals, meaning he took the bow off this gift, all right? And he allowed the gift to be open. Okay, and now we can devour it. Now we can have it unto ourselves, man. Okay, for the glory of the Father, man. To accomplish His will. Proverbs 5:19. Let her be as the loving hand and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times. You see, and be thou ravished always with her love. Right. When you go into that word ravished, right? Let's see if we can get in here. You see, this thing be tripping some. Let's just go to the verse. Proverbs. Let's get the one we was in. Proverbs 5. All right. Proverbs 5:19. It says, let's go straight to the word ravished. All right. All right, so obviously they're going off with this one. All right. But that word ravish goes into what? Take hold of. All right. Obviously, sometimes the blue letter goes off. All right. But that word ravish is really, it goes into take hold of. Okay. Matter of fact, let's do it like this, man. Do it like this. Let's type it in the etymology. Ravish. See what they give us. To seize. See? To seize. So you go into that word when you seize something, you take hold of. Okay. When a city is sieged, okay, everything is taken in its possession, and it's possessed by the one who took it, which is, the one who spoiled, whatever it took. You seize something, you take it in your own possession, and you grab it, okay, with force. Oh, there you go. By violence, carry away. All right. To seize, to take away. Okay. So when the scriptures say, right, it says commit rape upon, to plagiarize, right? In a sense, so when we plagiarize the scriptures, in a sense of like we're mimicking the things that are written in. That's us swallowing the whole roll. Let's see what that word plagiarize say. All right, so we don't misquote that.
Plagiarize.
Take the work or an idea of someone else and pass it off as one's own. Right, but we're not passing it off as our own in a sense. So we're taking the same work, all right, and we're giving it into we're passing it along, okay, but it's coming from the Father. Okay, so we're devouring His roll, and we're taking the roll, and we're eating of it, the good and the bad, okay, in the sense of the bitter and the sweet. Okay, so we taking up hold this woman. It says Proverbs 5:19, this gift. Let her be as the loving hen and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. See? And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a stranger? So we can't be wrapped up in these philosophies and doctrines. We have to be ravished in the true essence of the heavens, which is the scriptures, man. Sanctify them by thy truth. Thy word is truth. St. John 17:17. Okay. So we must devour wisdom. We must be wrapped in wisdom, because what's going to be able to save us? All right. What's going to be able to save us in this time, man? The time I'm talking about the time we're living in. The time this is the generation to see the Messiah come back. So how will we make it out? What would we do? How we can have some sense of surety, man? Well, we have some sense of surety by what? The scriptures. Wisdom of Solomon 9:18. For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught. Matter of fact, start at 17. In thy counsel who have known, except thou get in thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. You see, it said, read that again, man. That's beautiful. Wisdom of Solomon 9:17. And thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom. So the only ones that's going to be able to understand the counsel of the Lord is what? The ones who was given that gift that we read in Solomon, Wisdom Solomon 8. You see, that wisdom, okay? That wisdom obtaineth her love, man. You know, the wisdom obtaineth her love. We must obtain that love of wisdom. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 7, it says 28, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth in wisdom. Okay. You go up to 27, it says, and being but one, she can do all things. You see? And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. So wisdom is how we're saved. Wisdom is going to be how we receive those new bodies. Wisdom is going to be how things are going to be refreshed on the earth. Wisdom is how we're going to be able to, be transformed, man. And mentally in a society that condemns the way we think. In all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets. That's what YAHAWASHI told us in St. John 17, man. Well, really 15, right? 14. St. John 15:14. You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. And we all know YAHAWASHI is this wisdom that we're speaking about. We must devour this word because we devour YAHAWASHI in the sense of we're taking on him. We're devouring this. We're eating. I'm gonna use eating in this context, so Jake won't be bugged out how it's being said. We're taking in all that YAHAWASHI has given us according to our portions and according to our lots. So the Lord said, "You are my friends, and we do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you." See, that's that wisdom, right? You go to Genesis 2:7. All right, Neshama, which is breath. Okay, he breathed into Adam. Okay, and he became a living soul. I mean, he took on the law, statutes, commandments of the heavens. He was full of that wisdom and knowledge and understanding. You see, and then that you go into that word, is that breathe. It means to what? It means divinely inspired. So he was given that wisdom, like it says in 2 Ezra chapter 3. But it says in 16, ye have not chosen me. You see, we just read that in the Wisdom of Solomon 9. Okay, and 8, and 7. You can go into all this dealing with wisdom. So this wisdom is a gift that was given from the heavens. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. You see, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So the only way it can remain is what? Is if it's of the truth. If it's of the truth. So going back real quick, like I'm just flowing in the spirit. Honestly, I had nothing prepared, but just going back to Wisdom of Solomon, it says what? 9 and 17. In thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. You see, the Lord has to give this wisdom, but he has it displayed. So we must eat it, man. We're going to get that. We must eat the things that the Lord has written out for us, so that we can what? Be saved. Dang, one more. Let me get that James 1:21. It says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. This word is the thing that's going to be able to save us. Why? Because the word gives us hope. Romans 15:4, the things written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience of the scriptures might have hope. So it keeps us in a sense of patience, okay, in a form of patience, so that what we you know what I'm saying, we don't get too faint, we don't get faint hearted, okay? Because if you're working out, man, and you know it's going to take a good 2 months for you to get the results you want, your mind already goes into a state of, all right, I know it's going to take 2 months. You have to put your mind in, you have to psych your mind out, all right? You have to put your body in a state of patience to get the results that you want, you see? But the reason why things go south for a lot of times is because Jake don't know how to suffer. Going into that word patience, they don't know how to have true patience. They don't know how to let when the seed drop, they don't know to let the water and the sunlight hit it in order for it to blossom. They don't want that. They want the seed to drop in the ground and it to automatically spring out a flower, man. Wisdom Solomon 9:18. For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto him, and were saved through wisdom. And we're going to be saved through that wisdom. That wisdom is going to be the one that's going to that heightens our faith. You see, the wisdom, if we know what's coming next, don't somebody that know, you know, these mafia movies, you know, they pride themselves on having eyes on the street because they have their minions out there doing whatever. And then what's the main? Their pride is heightened because they know what's coming next. They got insiders and so forth, you know, and they know what's coming next. So therefore, you know, they're walking with confidence and authority. Okay, so if you put that in the spiritual sense of the elect, Lord willing, we are that number. The elect are walking with confidence because why? The angels, the eyes of the Lord are everywhere, man. And they're in unison with YAHWAH, YAHAWASHI. You see, they have no worries. They have no fears. So therefore, what? They're walking with confidence, man. You see? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You see, because why? They're walking with wisdom. They're walking with knowledge, man. Okay? Anybody that don't have the knowledge in any task or object or force or field that's being participated in with a multitude of people, the one with the most wisdom was going to overtake the one with less wisdom. Even if the person got a lot of skill, the person with the most wisdom is still will devour the one with the most skill. Because if I can articulate, or if I can, you know what I'm saying, if I could think of a strategic way and you know, they say systematically, but in the terms of the truth, in terms of scientifically, I should say, scientifically, all right, science, all right, meaning truth, you know, going into the truth, all right, not Esau science, all right. Then with that, by having that wisdom, therefore what? You're gonna automatically conquer your opponent. You see, David and a Goliath, all right. Goliath looked at his size and so forth. He's a pretty boy, you know what I'm saying, etc., etc. But David was he was more wise than Goliath. Therefore, he took down a giant. You see, so this giant in this time, the Goliath is Esau Edom, and HALALYAM YAHWAH is giving us that wisdom of David and the sure mercies of David to be able to what? To have the wisdom to be able to conquer the Goliath in our time. This stumbling block, these strongholds that's on the elect for the time being, and on the world, this covering cast. He's allowing the elect to walk by what? Because why? Because they devoured wisdom. They're devouring wisdom as we speak. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. And the wisdom is going to be able to uphold us to receive salvation. The Lord told us in Revelations, let no man take thy crown. You see, don't let no one take the kingdom away from you. Don't let them pull a rug from underneath you. Don't let them take your mind. Keep your mind. Matter of fact, when you go into that Revelations 3:20, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. You see, and this is the mind. The mind is connected to the spirit. You see, the mind is connected to the spirit. And the mind has to be occupied in the things of the Father, occupied in the prophecies, or meditating on the prophecies. All right, meditating on the things that the book is telling us. Okay, going from the MOT to the B, to nuclear warheads, to family and friends perishing, and so forth. Taking the bitter, taking the the honey and the sweet and the bitter, man. It says 21, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my house, in me in my throne, which is his house, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Meaning him that understand. You have to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to what? To be able to walk in the sanctuary of the Most High. And the Lord and King David told us that right here. Psalm 73. It tell you that, Psalm 73 and 17, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I therein. So it wasn't until we went into the Most High sanctuary, abode under his wings, abode under his protection, his shadow, which a wings represents that protection. All right, and it wasn't until we went under his tower, that's when we got the ending of Esau. That's when we understood their end. That's when we understood that, okay, we're actually in the moment of rising. That's when we understood that because of this, prophecies is going to spring forth quicker than what we believe. It's gonna be a domino effect just because we're waking up to the truth. We understand the end of Esau. We understand that he has an end. We understand that the Lord has set bounds according to this man, etc., etc. But it wasn't until we went into the sanctuary, or the mindset of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. That's how we know. And because we went into this mindset, our faith is activated at an all-time high. You see? We have to devour this. You see how important it is to devour wisdom, to take hold of this wisdom, this gift that we showed. This gift, man. This gift. Revelations 10. It says in 9. It says, no, let's start at 7. Salakia. Revelations 10 and 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High shall be finished. Woo-hoo-hoo! And that mystery and these breakdowns are given unto his men. The Lord told you in St. John 17 and 6, I have manifested my name unto the men which thou hast given me, thine thy art. So the name comes with the doctrine. The name comes with the understanding. The name comes with the spirit. Okay, the name comes with the gospel, the ministry. The name comes with, the representation of the sanctuary. Okay, the name comes with the essence of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, in the mindset that they are in, So it says, but in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High shall be finished, as he have declared to his servants the prophets. See, this mystery, which is exposed, I ain't gonna use exposed. This mystery, which is decoded, that's way better. This mystery that's decoded by these prophets, okay, these men, they have decoded the mysteries of the scriptures. And that's how you know that they are the men of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. The decoding, the deciphering of the one puzzle, the one code that Esau couldn't crack. Esau got his forensics and his law enforcement and his so-called educated detectives and so forth, and whoever, CIA, whoever, what have you, man. Esau studied these things, and Esau still couldn't decipher and decode the scriptures, because it comes from the devouring of wisdom to be able to unlock the mysteries. Being in this thing 100%. It says in the verse 8, in the voice which I heard from heaven, spake unto me again and said, go and take the little book. So this little book is what we're reading right now. You see, which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And that's what we see right now, this little book. You see, I'm on my phone right now. Okay? I'm on my phone. The Lord condensed all of it into just one book mass. You don't have to have, like Apostle Tar said, you don't have to have a series of books. It's just all one. This little book, which is open in the hand of the angel, was standing upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. You see? Because why? Even though the bitterness is knowing your family and friends might not make it, if you're a man of the Lord, all right, or a believer, like these women, you know, you got the women, the large multitude of men, women, and children, the believers, or you know, it says, and it's like in verse 9, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Right. Also with that bitter, you got a lot of things that you used to do will all fall into the line of bitterness, man, that you can no longer participate in. You lose friends, you lose family, you may lose actual close siblings, and you might lose parents. You might lose brothers and sisters. You might lose children for those who old enough with children in the truth. But you have the honey, the sweetness, because we're all going to get this back 100-fold. 100-fold, just like Job. See, I quoted Romans 15:4. The things are written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience of the scriptures might have hope. Because that makes it easier for us to not think about our loved ones who have to get their purging process as well. Because we're going to get it back 100-fold. It makes it easier. It makes the transition of the kingdoms mentally easy for us. You see? It makes the spirit hungrier. It makes the spirit more dominant over our flesh. For a quick example of that, I haven't been drinking no juice. No type of juice besides if I juice it myself from, juicing it from fruits and vegetables. But I haven't even done that. I haven't done no juice whatsoever within like the last almost month, right? Just drinking straight water. Whatever I do, eat, drink, whatever I eat, or if I just want some juice, something to drink, I get some water. Well, the point is that I've been try to grow. The spirit been on brothers to grow more. All right, Apostle Ramah said, you're not a man, and other brothers going into this topic, man, you're not a man of the Lord if you don't grow. All right, period. And that goes, it goes, obviously you learn precepts and you go into the scriptures, but it goes into your everyday life. You have to take the scriptures and apply it to oneself day in and day out. You got to live this, man. Why? Because the book lives. You have to have a pulse. If there's no pulse, you're dead. And a pulse, somebody has a pulse because it moves. It goes up and down. It pulsates. It's why? Why is it pulsating? Because it's a representation of the heart. The heart is pumping blood and it's alive and it's in motion. Okay? And if those muscles have spasms, or if that heart muscle have any, electronic or electrical shock to it from it in an altered way, it can cause it to stop pumping, and therefore there's no more blood being flowed through. There's no more liquid flowing through the body, which puts the body in a cardiac arrest and so forth, and now the body dies. I say all that to say that you have to make sure you have life, man. You have to make sure you have a pulse, and that pulse comes from the scriptures. That heart, that mind that we embody is the Father. The heart, the mind of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, which is going to keep our heart pumping, man. All right? It's going to keep the blood flowing. It's going to keep the water flowing in us, the living water. Out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. It says, again, Revelations 10:10, and we close out. I was just moving in the spirit. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. You see, it would taste good. You hear you an Israelite, so forth and so forth. And then you got to realize the hard truth that a lot of people not going to make it. This is going to happen. You got to give up this. You might haven't stopped. You might, you might have been in relationships with a woman. You might have to let her go, man. She's too toxic. When you guys, the women out there that's real toxic, hey, man, we just got to let her go, man. Pray the Lord have mercy, because we're in those times, Akim, you brothers and sisters that take heed to doctrine. We're in the times of the Lord judging us, and the scriptures say your own sins, in 2 Ezra 16, your own sins will be your accusers in that day. So these things that we take part in, and that we do, that we're struggling with, they're going to testify against us. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. But that's what the mercy of the Lord is. The grace of the Most High for us to get it right, man. And we're going to get it right. If we're the elect, we're going to get it right, man. We always had it right. It says in 11, he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. You see, and because he ate the little book, and it's a cut too. When did John prophesy again, man? This is another cut to these these doctrines out here. This is going into the regeneration, or some say reincarnation. All right, re means back, and incarnate, it means flesh, coming back into the flesh. So John was going to be back here again. Okay, prophesying before people, nations, tongues, and kings, man. Like Apostle Tar said, there is lessons within lessons. And the same thing you could read here. We probably close out with Ezekiel, because the point of this lesson was we got to devour wisdom, Akim. You see, the wisdom is the breath and the knowledge. The knowledge and wisdom is the breath of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. The wisdom is YAHWAH YAHWASHI. The wisdom is YAHWASHI. He is the wisdom. He is the thing. He is the mind of Yahweh. Okay, he said, I must go so that the comforter can come, the one that was going to reveal these things to you, these dark sayings. Because even when he was amongst the apostles, they always asked, what do you mean, man? What you talking in parables? What does this mean? Because they didn't even know, and the Lord had to break it down to them. Because why? It wasn't for that time period for certain things to be revealed at its max. But now you have the Holy Spirit revealing these things unto us, because Yahawashi left the earth and his spirit came down in his place. Okay, into the minds. How you think the elect is going to be sealed? Because they had the spirit of sealing on them the whole time. That was actually feeding their mind. And then once that spirit is done feeding that mind of that elect individual, it's going to put the lock on it. And now it's sealed. Therefore, anything on the outside can get into it. Because it was always there working on the mind. It was the scientists in the lab. It's alive. It was in the lab working. And then it finally, boom, reached that point. And that's what the spirit that the Father has gifted the elect with on today's time, on the earth, in their mind, in their spirit, right now. And and then it's going to come a time where the Lord is going to say, all right, that's enough. That's their cup is full. They're full. All right, they're full. Their belly is full. Boom. Let's put the lock on it. And once that lock is on it, the Lord can just destroy this place, man. He can just destroy it. It's a wrap. Ezekiel 2 and verse 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a man was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe. Right? Because that's what the scriptures come with. That's the truth. All right? If things are wicked on the earth, there is a judgment. There is consequences. Okay? People act like that's wicked for us to condemn the things that are against life. That's righteous. You see, because it stops production system. It stops things from working in unison on the earth. It goes against the mind of the Father, man. The Father said on this day he did this, that, and the third, and then at the end of it he said it is good. It was good. But Esau comes along and say, no, this is not good enough, because he has no wisdom. He's base. He's profane. He's outside of the temple. He don't have no true leadership. He has no true guidance. Okay, he don't. The scriptures say, "Let favor be showed unto the wicked." Yet will he not learn righteousness? It doesn't matter. So therefore, what? He can never obtain his love, the gift that the Lord has bestowed on certain men, those just men. So again, Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go and speak unto the house of Israel. So it wasn't until we ate this roll which allowed us to go out and even talk to the people on the highways and hedges. You see, in its fullness and context, and by context, I'm talking about with the whole spirit, man, the complete makeup, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, and the Holy Spirit, man. Okay. It says, eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. He said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So do we rip pages out the Bible and eat it and chew it? No, this is talking about the spirit having that exempt. So ultimately, you can get that exemption from judgment. But this is talking about the spirit that comes with this. That's why we went into the sanctuary of the Most High. You see, and now we know the end of Esau. Now we know what's actually happening. Now we can break down the things that some of the brothers that's here today are these men that we're reading about in these scriptures, and now we can actually break the things down that we were writing if we was those men. That is beautiful, man. So we must devour this wisdom. We must devour wisdom. Why? Because it's the only way we're going to receive salvation. Because why? The wisdom is YAHAWASHI. And Yahweh said he loveth none but him that dwelleth in wisdom, which means you're dwelling in his son, because the Lord told you in Colossians 1, the Colossians 1, he said, matter of fact, let's just grab that real quick. Colossians 1:19, for it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. You see, and that's why. So YAHAWASHI has full dwellness and full authority from Yahweh, you see, from the Father. And he's given that mystery, like it says in verse 26. I started 25, whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation. You go into that word dispensation, is, you know, basically a manager, man, of the you know. So the Lord has made his prophets managers, okay, in the building, okay, in the sanctuary. He have set up managers, okay. He have set up, okay, those individual men that will guide and you know, direct people to the right, which way to go. That's what managers do. Managers, you know, oversee, you know. That's what that word dispensation go into, of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High, so that ultimately, everything can be fulfilled in the Most High, and the elect can fulfill their portions according to the lots and the portions that the Most High has given them. Even the mystery, Slakia 25, whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High. Slakia, I had to read it again. Even the mystery which have been here from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. There you have it, man. These mysteries, and you know, going into the MOT to the B, you know what I'm saying, going into the Israelite Gentiles, okay, the ones that had a Hellenist mindset, okay, that was uncircumcised in the spirit, all right, because you got you know, anyways, these mysteries was given, okay, unto his saints, unto his men. Why? Because they devour wisdom. So that's going to be the only thing that's going to be able to save us in this time, because we're gonna read Wisdom of Solomon, just one more, Wisdom of Solomon 1. It says, love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him, right? The simplicity of the mind, for he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. For forward thoughts separate from the Most High, and his power when it is tried reproveth the unwise. Right. So forward thoughts separate from the Most High. Right now you're proud, etc. It says for right, you're all in your minds just set out to do wickedly, day in and day out. So therefore it separates you from true power. For into a malicious soul wisdom should not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. You see, it says, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding. It will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in, man. We're going to close on this. For wisdom is a loving spirit and will not equate a blasphemy of his words. For the Most High is witness of his reigns and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of his tongue. You see? You see? It says, for the Spirit of the Lord filled the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice. The Lord has set up order in the heavens, and that order is also set up. Order is also set up on the earth. The orderly heaven is coming down to the earth after this earth is purged. Because why? This earth doesn't walk in wisdom. Psalms 119 and 105 to tell you thy commandments is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. The words of Brute forth and 1 tell you that this is the book of the law of the Most High and the commandments that endure forever. This whole book is the word of the Lord. This whole book is the commandments. All right, from start to finish. And we take on this book and we uphold to this book and we devour this book so that we may be saved, and ultimately we believe and have faith so that we can be saved. And the Lord said ultimately so that we can save our whole entire household by being sealed and marked from and being exempt from the judgment that's coming to our oppressors, and to those who are allied with our oppressors, and the ones that help this our oppressor builds his concrete, his cave roads, okay, his artificial vegetables, and continue his artificial way of living, this meta mindset, okay. The Lord is going to do away with all that, man. So Lord willing, is edifying, man. Just something quick through the Spirit. Empower YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. You got to remember that we have to devour wisdom, Akim, in this time, more so now than ever, man. So that it can be the stability in our times and then be able to keep us stable. You go into that etymology of sick, it goes into, Salaki, you go into the etymology of crazy, it means to be sick in the mind, diseased. Okay? Diseased. So the scriptures tell you that give me any plague but the plague of the mind. You see? That's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to take your mind, meaning he's trying to take your soul, man. So Lord willing, is edifying. Lord, again, we want to give all honor, glory, infinite praise, and worship to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, Devour to our apostle, elders, a great millstone, rule well, teacher on sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect, the rest of the large multitude of men, women, children, that the Lord will have mercy on these last days. These perilous times, meaning dangerous time. That word perilous meaning dangerous. And Lord willing, that your houses be blessed and the Most High have mercy upon you. Shalom.